Okay, comparing 2005 Silverado to the two-wheel drive to a 2005 Denali or Sierra all-wheel drive. So, what kind of difference is there? Same year truck, pretty much the same vehicle, except one's all-wheel drive and one's four-wheel drive or two-wheel drive. I'm in the Silverado. It's two-wheel drive. It's got a 5.3. I was going to do a draggy results. I ran the truck earlier. Of course, my draggy's dead right now. But it actually ran at 1582 at 88 and change. And this truck's got 144,000 on it, so totally stock other than a muffler. And on 87 octane. So I was actually pretty impressed with that number. Can't complain. Now, regarding the truck and driving, the difference between the two. Even though they're basically the same year trucks, this two-wheel drive truck comes with drum brakes in the back, and the all-wheel drive truck comes with disc brakes, which Chevy kind of went back and forth with drums and discs. They couldn't figure out or make up their minds. Now, I prefer disc brake, but the drum brakes got an awesome brake pedal. They feel really good. I mean, they're right there at the top. A lot of confidence in that brake pedal feel. But the shoes seem to wear out pretty fast, and they are a mega pain in the butt to replace. They're super expensive, relatively speaking, and you actually need special tools to change them out, which is also ridiculous. Or you will blow the wheel cylinders out. I've done it. So, that's one thing. The drum brakes compared to the discs. The all-wheel drive has disc brakes, so the initial hit on the brake, it's like a lot softer, it's not as firm, and it's a lot more pedal travel before it actually reacts. Suspension. The all-wheel drive truck has torsion bars, and this two-wheel drive truck has coil springs, and it is a night and day difference. The all-wheel drive truck has a way better ride quality. It's basically the suspension they use in Suburbans and Tahoes and Escalades, and the ride quality of that thing is way better than the ride quality of this two-wheel drive truck. Then on the steering, there's a big one. The two-wheel drive truck, hands down, has the all-wheel drive truck whooped. Oh, of course. Hope no one's waiting there behind me. Yay! Okay, see me now. Got a motorcycle next to me. I'm gonna come up on a fire truck and a cyclist. I'm gonna run them all over. Not good. Oh, somebody's down. Okay. Anyway, hope everyone's okay back there. So on the steering on this, the two-wheel drive truck comes with a rack and pinion steering, and the steering's super responsive. It's real for a pickup truck. It's crisp. It's like bam, right there. Just the slightest movements, and it's going where I want it to go. The all-wheel drive truck has a old Saginaw steering box designed about 120 years ago, and it's kind of like driving a 73 sedan DeVille. It's got a little bit of wander, and it's not exactly tight. So that, I wish, if it wasn't for that and a little bit better brake pedal feel, there's nothing to compare. The all-wheel drive truck is hands down winner. But I still take the all-wheel drive truck. So the gearbox does have on the all-wheel drive. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes gotta use a little bit of lubricant. That's what she said, right? To get you up there. I'm having, you know, I always tend to have technical difficulties with video. Major. So anyway, I'll take the all-wheel drive truck. The gearbox, there's a nut on the top. You can crack it loose and you can make periodic adjustments and snug up any play from the wear that happens on those to tighten it up and get it better. But because it's got that old style of power steering gearbox, that means it's got a whole bunch of idler arms and pitman arms and drag links, a whole bunch of linkages to complete the steering gear, as opposed to a rack, which is like one long just piece from one end to the other that connects to your steering column. So this rack and pinion is definitely way nicer. But the loss of ride quality, that automatically makes this one lose. And then the brake pedal you can live with, even though it's just not as immediate. I think overall it's a better braking system with the all four-wheel disc brakes. And then there's all-wheel drive, which usually makes it more expensive. But we're talking about a 2005 pickup truck, so a lot of times there's not much price difference between the 05 two-wheel drive and all-wheel drive if you shop around. And so this truck I bought brand new, and I've loved it. It's been a great truck. This is before GM actually ruined one of the best engines and powertrains ever produced. This is an LS based motor. Before they decided to go ahead and do that cylinder deactivation, active fuel management, displacement on demand BS, and just absolutely wreck an engine that would go 300,000 miles to being replaced starting at 70 to 90,000 miles. But back to the trucks. If you're shopping for one of these, and this Silverado Sierra replacement situation can certainly apply to Silverado. It's the same thing. If you're in the market for like that kind of a year truck, and I would try and get 07 or earlier before GM destroyed their products, not just the engine, but that 6-speed transmission class action lawsuit that they put in after also. Try and find the all-wheel drive truck, even if it's an extra $1,000 or $1,500 for a used one, because the ride quality is so much better. The handling just feels nicer. It just doesn't bounce you around like trucks normally do, and that's what this one does. It bounces you around. I think it's a better overall package. So that's my comparison. Now I have not run a draggy on my all-wheel drive Sierra that's replacing this truck, and it's the only reason I'm getting rid of this is because this one's got suicide doors, and the all-wheel drive truck I got has 4 doors, and I tow a camper into the desert for my family, so suicide doors suck both in parking lots and putting a family in the back. So I was always hoping I could get a 4-door all-wheel drive, and I was like, I'll never get rid of this, and wow, the perfect one popped up. It's the exact same year, make, model, except it's all-wheel drive with 4 doors, so I'm super stoked. But that one comes with a 6.0 liter, where this one has a 5.3 liter, and it ran that 1582 at 88 miles an hour. Will the 6.0, which is basically the same engine and powertrain that a Silverado Super Sport had, beat this one? Silverado Super Sports were typically timed at about a 15.3 at like 92 miles an hour roughly, I think. But the 4-door is going to add some weight to this one compared to this. The all-wheel drive adds some weight, but the new truck has like a 5-foot bed, and this has like a 6.5-foot bed. So I think there's really only going to be about a 250-pound weight difference. This one's rated at 300 horsepower. The 6.0 is rated at 340. This one's rated, but this one's got a muffler, so it's probably got like 310 horsepower. And the torque on this was rated at 330. It's probably around 340, 345. The muffler on this actually is a Flowmaster. It sounds good. It doesn't drone. It's the only thing I did. no pipes, just cut it, put a Flowmaster in, and I love the sound. So I'm real curious, so I will try. I'm gonna get some draggies on the 6.0, and hopefully it'll beat this, because I will say this thing like responds well. I mean, it just chirped the tires on me on the downshift, so it's really responsive on the transmission. This 5.3 two-wheel drive feels much more jumpy on the throttle as far as throttle response. The 6.0 feels kind of sluggish until you put your foot in it. It does feel more of a little torquey beast, but technically their power is made at like the same RPMs as far as torque and horsepower, so I'm not sure why they seem to respond or drive gas pedal wise so differently. This one is like it feels like it's asking me, come on dude, get in it, let's go. And the 6.0 makes me like not even think about putting my foot in it, so that's kind of something I didn't expect between the two. So I'm hoping the 6.0, this Sierra I'm replacing this one in isn't worn out, because I got this one sold on Monday. That's the last time you have to see that fall down, because it's over and out.